Chevrolet has just made a bold move that's shaking up the auto industry, slashing prices by over 35%. This isn't just a limited-time sale. It's a game changer that's turning heads across the market. Imagine driving home in a brand new Chevy at a price you never expected. But why did Chevrolet make this dramatic decision? How are rival automakers responding? And most importantly, what does this mean for you? Let's break it down. Chevrolet has just shaken up the automotive world, with price cuts so deep that it sends shockwaves through the entire industry. Chevrolet's announcement to cut manufacturer-suggested retail prices of some of its most popular models by more than 35% is a bold strategy that has rattled competitors and consumers alike. It's not just a small discount, it's a game-changing move that directly challenges the status quo. Models like the Chevrolet Silverado, Traverse and Bolt are now available at prices that were unthinkable a few weeks ago. For example, the Silverado, which used to be priced close to $50,000 in its base trim, is now available for around $32,000, a drop that has caught everyone's attention. But what is behind this unprecedented decision? Chevrolet doesn't just make sales. This makes a calculated move to redefine its position in the market. With increasing competition from domestic rivals such as Ford and global players such as Toyota, Chevrolet has decided to shift gears. Their message is loud and clear: affordability and value are the new standard. But why now? What prompted Chevrolet to make such a bold move? Let's dive deeper. The most important figure is more than 35% off. What does it look like in dollars and cents? Chevrolet's price cuts were shocking. To put it in perspective, a 35% reduction on a vehicle priced at $50,000 equals a $17,500 discount. Let's break down model by model. The Chevrolet Bolt, one of the company's flagship electric vehicles, originally had an MSRP of around $38,000, now offered at over $24,000. This puts it well in the reach of budget-conscious EV buyers, making it one of the most affordable electric vehicles in its class. The Traverse, a family-friendly SUV, has seen its price drop from $45,000 to less than $30,000, creating a new benchmark for mid-size SUVs. Such aggressive prices not only benefit buyers, this sends a message to competitors. Ford, for example, is now under immense pressure to reevaluate the prices of the Explorer and F-150 models. Similarly, the Toyota, RAV4 and Camry, both of which became industry staples, face the challenge of maintaining perceived value in the face of Chevrolet's pricing revolution. But how did Chevrolet manage to make such a deep cut? And what does this mean for the bottom line? Economic context. Chevrolet's decision is not just about cars, it's about adapting to the changing economy. The automotive industry is at a crossroads. Rising inflation, shifting consumer preferences, and the transition to electric vehicles have created the perfect storm. For Chevrolet, this economic pressure presents challenges and opportunities. Company executives are realizing that affordability is a key factor for buyers, especially due to tightened household budgets. Chevrolet is betting on volume by making vehicles more accessible. The company hopes to sell significantly more units, offsetting reduced margins with increased sales. This strategy is not new. This is reminiscent of Henry Ford's approach with the Model T, which became affordable to the average American family and revolutionized car ownership. Chevrolet's move has the potential to do something similar in the 21st century. In addition, this pricing strategy is likely to appeal to first-time car buyers and those switching from a used vehicle to a new one. For many people, price drops can be a factor in choosing a new Chevrolet over a used vehicle or competitor's offering. It's a bold gamble, but one Chevrolet believes is worth taking. However, this significant step did not happen in isolation. This is part of a larger strategy, a turning point in automotive history. Chevrolet's price cuts may mark the beginning of a new era in the auto industry. It's not just about selling more cars. Chevrolet's decision to cut prices is a signal that the auto industry is undergoing a fundamental transformation for decades. Automakers have relied on a mix of premium pricing, optional add-ons, and dealer markups to maintain profitability. Chevrolet's move reversed that model, prioritizing accessibility and value over high margins. Looking back at automotive history, there are several disturbing moments like this. The The introduction of affordable mass-market electric vehicles, such as the Tesla Model 3, challenges traditional automakers to innovate. Now, Chevrolet's aggressive pricing strategy is poised to push the industry further. It will be forced to respond, whether by lowering prices, improving features, or finding other ways to compete. But it's not just about competition. It's about changing consumer expectations. If Chevrolet manages to offer high-quality vehicles at a much lower price, it will raise the bar for what buyers expect from all manufacturers. The days of high MSRP and bloated pricing strategies can be counted, replaced by a new era of affordability and transparency, with competitors scrambling to respond. Let's not forget the ripple effect created by Chevrolet's decisions across the industry. Competitors survive. Chevrolet's price cuts have sent its competitors into a frenzy, forcing them to reevaluate their strategy overnight. Chevrolet's decision to reduce MSRP by more than 35% is not just a company-level change. This is a paradigm shift that makes competitors scramble to respond. Automakers such as Ford, Toyota, and Honda are now facing unprecedented pressure. For decades, these brands have used pricing strategies that balance affordability with premium features. Chevrolet has just thrown a wrench in that system. Take Ford, for example. The Ford F-150, long considered America's truck king, now looks overpriced next to the newly discounted Chevrolet Silverado. Ford is now faced with a difficult choice: reducing its own price and risking cutting profits, or maintaining current prices and losing market share to Chevrolet. The Toyota RAV4, one of the most popular mid-size SUVs, has long been a top choice for families. But with the Traverse Chevrolet now priced under $30,000, the RAV4 suddenly feels like a tougher sale. To compete, Toyota must match the price of Chevrolet or significantly increase the value of its offer. This ripple effect surpasses traditional competitors. Tesla, the leader in the electric vehicle market, is also feeling the shockwave. The Chevrolet Bolt, now priced at around $24,000, is one of the most affordable EVs on the market. Tesla, whose entry-level Model 3 starts at more than $35,000, may need to rethink its price or risk losing budget-conscious EV buyers to Chevrolet. Chevrolet's bold move also disrupted dealerships and supply chains. Dealers are messy. Pricing revolution. Chevrolet has made dealers scramble to adapt to the new sales dynamics. While consumers celebrate price cuts, dealers find themselves stuck in the midst of a rapidly changing market. For years, dealers have relied on markups and MSRP add-ons to increase their profit margins. Chevrolet's aggressive pricing strategy changed that game completely. With MSRP slashed by more than 35%, dealers have less room to maneuver, forcing them to rethink their approach to sales. Dealers that once relied on high-margin vehicles now need to sell significantly more units to maintain their profitability. This is particularly challenging for rural dealers who do not have the same foot traffic as their urban counterparts. The pressure to move inventory quickly led some dealers to explore innovative strategies, such as offering extended warranties, free maintenance packages, and loyalty programs to attract buyers. However, it's not just about dealership profits. It's about the wholesale experience that consumers are now used to seeing. Price drops are drastically becoming more price-sensitive dealers that fail to align with the new pricing ethos. Chevrolet risks alienating buyers and losing them from competitors. Supply chains are also feeling the strain with increasing demand for Chevrolet discount models. Suppliers are being asked to increase production. This has caused an effect ripples across the industry, with parts manufacturers and logistics companies scrambling to meet the rising demand. But what about consumers? Chevrolet's bold move not only disrupted the industry, but also created new opportunities for buyers. An unprecedented buyer market for car buyers. Chevrolet's price cuts have turned things around, creating a landscape full of opportunities unlike anything seen before. Chevrolet's decision to slash prices has effectively created a buyer's market, with vehicles like the Bolt and Silverado now priced much lower. Consumers find themselves in an unprecedented leveraged position for first-time buyers. This is a game-changing model that was once out of reach, is now within their budget, opening the door to a wider range of choices. But the benefits are not limited to affordability. Chevrolet's aggressive pricing forces competitors to offer better deals, creating a domino effect of discounts and incentives across the market. Buyers who may not even consider Chevrolet are still reaping the rewards, as brands like Honda and Ford are introducing limited-time deals to maintain their customer base. The used car market is also feeling the impact. With new Chevrolet models now priced competitively, used car dealers are forced to lower their prices to stay competitive. This has created a unique situation where both new and used car buyers benefit from Chevrolet's bold mood. However, there was a catch. With the surge in demand, buyers may face longer wait times for popular models. This scarcity can lead to increased competition among consumers, especially for highly sought-after trims and configurations. But for now, it's clear that buyers are the biggest winners in this new automotive landscape. While consumers reap the rewards, Chevrolet's strategy is also fueling a broader conversation about the future of the industry. Could Chevrolet's pricing strategy signal the start of a new era for the automotive industry? Chevrolet's decision to cut prices was more than just a temporary adjustment. This is a statement about the future of automotive affordability. Over the years, car prices have continued to rise, driven by rising production costs, advanced technology, and increasing demand for premium features. Chevrolet's move challenges that trend, proving that automakers can still deliver quality vehicles at affordable prices. This raises critical questions. Will other manufacturers follow suit? If Chevrolet's strategy proves successful, it could force the industry to rethink its approach to pricing. Brands that rely on premium pricing to maintain their image may need to adapt or risk losing market share. There are also questions about sustainability. Can Chevrolet sustain these lower prices in the long term, or is it a short-term game to gain market share of the industry? Analysts are divided. Some believe that Chevrolet's focus on volume will make this strategy feasible, while others worry that the company may face financial pressure if profit margins shrink too much. Beyond the financial implications, Chevrolet's move could have cultural significance. By making high-quality vehicles more accessible, companies are democratizing car ownership, ensuring that more people can afford reliable transportation. This is in line with the broader societal shift towards inclusivity and affordability, making Chevrolet's strategy a cultural statement. As an economic strategy, as we look to the future, it is clear that Chevrolet's bold decision is setting the stage for a new chapter in automotive history, violating the status quo. What if everything you thought you knew about car prices would change? For years, the automotive industry has been locked into a predictable rhythm. New models are launched at a higher price, and customers adjust their budgets to fit, but Chevrolet is just flipping the script by slashing MSRP by more than 35%. The brand has done something unprecedented, challenging the status quo in a way that demands attention. It's not just about weakening competitors. Chevrolet's strategy is deeply calculated, aiming to dominate the market through sheer volume. Instead of focusing on maximizing profits, per vehicle Chevrolet is betting on the high turnover model. The logic is simple: attracting more buyers, increasing production, and dominating the sales chart. But how does Chevrolet do this? The secret lies in streamlining production and cutting operational costs. By adopting efficient manufacturing techniques, renegotiating supplier contracts, and taking advantage of economies of scale, Chevrolet has found ways to make its vehicles more affordable without sacrificing quality. This approach not only disrupts competitors, but also sets new standards for the industry. By breaking away from the traditional pricing model, Chevrolet proved that automakers don't need to rely on inflated prices to remain profitable. It's also about reclaiming market dominance, a bid for market leadership. Chevrolet's bold move isn't just a pricing strategy, it's a declaration of war on competition. Over the years, Chevrolet has struggled to maintain its position in an increasingly competitive market. While the brand has a loyal customer base, it has faced stiff competition from domestic rivals like Ford and international giants like Toyota and Hyundai. With cutting prices, Chevrolet made a bold play to regain market leadership. The timing couldn't be better. With rising inflation and economic uncertainty, consumers are more price-sensitive than ever. Chevrolet's decision to cut the MSRP is in line with this new reality, positioning the brand as a top choice for value-conscious buyers. But Chevrolet doesn't stop at affordability. The company also focuses on innovation. ensuring that its vehicles remain competitive in terms of technology, safety, and performance. Models like the Bull, Silverado, and Traverse are now more affordable than ever, but they also come with features that rival more expensive offerings from other brands. This combination of value and quality is a strong attraction for buyers, allowing Chevrolet to appeal to a wider audience. From first-time car owners to families looking for reliable transportation, Chevrolet's lineup now appeals to a wider demographic than ever before. While Chevrolet's strategy wins over buyers, it also creates challenges for the rest of the industry. Shaking the industry, Chevrolet's aggressive pricing strategy has sent shockwaves across the automotive world, forcing the entire industry to adapt. Chevrolet's decision to cut prices is not just a win for consumers, it's a wake-up call for the auto industry. Competitors are now scrambling to respond to re-evaluating their own pricing strategies and business models for automakers like Ford and Toyota. The challenge is obvious: either matching Chevrolet's price or risking losing market share. But matching those prices is not easy. Unlike many brands do not have the same economies of scale or cost-cutting efficiency, this puts them in a difficult spot, forcing them to choose between sacrificing profits or handing over sales to Chevrolet. The impact is even more pronounced for luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz. While these brands serve different audiences, Chevrolet's aggressive pricing sets new expectations for value, making it harder for premium automakers with ease. But it's not just competitors who are feeling the heat. The entire supply chain of the system is affected, with Chevrolet ramping up production to meet rising demand, suppliers pushing to their limits, parts manufacturers, logistics companies, and raw material providers are all facing increasing pressure to exert a ripple effect across the industry. While Chevrolet's bold move is reshaping the automotive landscape, it also raises questions about the future of the market implications. In the long run, Chevrolet price cuts could be the first step towards a new era for the auto industry. This is a potential turning point for the entire industry. By challenging traditional pricing models, Chevrolet is forcing automakers to rethink how they do business. One of the biggest questions is sustainability. Can Chevrolet maintain these low prices in the long term? Or is it a short-term gain to gain market share? Industry experts are divided. Some believe that Chevrolet's focus on volume will make this strategy feasible, while others worry that the company may face financial pressure if profit margins shrink too much. Another question is how other automakers will respond. Will brands like Ford and Toyota follow in Chevrolet's footsteps, or will they double down on their existing strategies? If Chevrolet's approach proves successful, it could spark a wave of change, leading to lower prices and greater value across the industry. Finally, there is the consumer perspective. Chevrolet's move is a clear victory for buyers, creating a more competitive market and lowering prices, but it also raises questions about the future of car ownership. Will we switch to more affordable vehicles, or will automakers find new ways to differentiate themselves? As we look ahead, one thing is clear: Chevrolet's bold decision to reshape the industry in a way that will be felt for years to come. Chevrolet's blueprint for the future. What if Chevrolet's price cuts were just the beginning of a larger plan to dominate the auto market? Chevrolet's bold move to cut prices by more than 35% has set the stage for a radical transformation, not only in the company's operations, but across the automotive industry. But make no mistake, this is not a spontaneous decision. Chevrolet's blueprint for the future is calculated as ambitious. The cornerstone of this strategy is accessibility by making vehicles more affordable. Chevrolet aims to strengthen its reputation as a customer-first brand. It's a shift more than just a marketing tactic. It is a calculated move to expand Chevrolet's market share and attract buyers who previously might have opted for more affordable foreign brands. Chevrolet is also doubling down on electric vehicles, realizing that affordability will play an important role in the mass adoption of EVs. Models like the Chevrolet Bolt are now prized to compete directly with gas-powered alternatives, a move that could accelerate the shift towards greener transportation. Another key pillar of Chevrolet's strategy is innovation. By investing in advanced manufacturing techniques and cutting-edge technology, Chevrolet positions itself as a leader in affordability and quality. From AI-driven design processes to streamlined supply chains, companies leverage every tool available to stay ahead of the curve. While Chevrolet's strategy paved the way for a brighter future, it also created a ripple effect that would reshape the industry. Competitor countermoves. Every action has a reaction, and Chevrolet's bold move forced its competitors to rethink everything. Chevrolet's decision to cut prices has put its competitors in a difficult place. Ford, Toyota, and even luxury brands like BMW and Audi are now scrambling to respond, each developing their own strategies to maintain relevance in this new market landscape. Ford has hinted at plans to ramp up production of its budget-friendly models, including the Ford Maverick and EcoSport. By focus on value-packed vehicles, Ford hopes to compete directly with Chevrolet in the entry-level and mid-range segments. Toyota, known for its reliability and fuel efficiency, takes a different approach. The company is exploring ways to integrate more cost-effective materials and streamline its global supply chain, allowing it to reduce prices without sacrificing its reputation for quality. Meanwhile, luxury automakers face unique challenges. Brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz rely on their premium imagery to justify the higher price tag. In response to Chevrolet's aggressive pricing, these companies emphasize exclusive features, customizability, and advanced technology to differentiate themselves. Chevrolet's move has also put pressure on smaller startups and automakers. Companies like Rivian and Lucid, which cater to a niche market, must now prove that their premium pricing model offers enough value to justify the cost. But it's not just automakers who feel the heat. This seismic shift is also having a big impact on consumers. The new reality of the consumer. What does Chevrolet's bold move mean to you as a consumer? The answer may surprise you. Over the years, buying a car has become a significant financial commitment, often requiring years of savings or long-term financing. Chevrolet's decision to cut prices changes that reality, making vehicle ownership more accessible than ever. For families, this means the possibility to upgrade to a safer and more feature-rich vehicle without breaking the bank. Younger buyers who may have been priced outside the market now have more options to choose from, including entry-level models that were previously considered out of reach. But the benefits go beyond affordability. Chevrolet's aggressive pricing also encourages competition, forcing other automakers to offer more value at a lower price. This ripple effect creates a more consumer-friendly market with better offers and a wider selection. However, there are potential losses. As manufacturers adjust to the new pricing landscape, some may take shortcuts to maintain profitability. This can lead to concerns about reliability and long-term development, especially in lower-cost models for environmentally conscious buyers. Chevrolet's focus on affordable EVs is a game-changer. Models like Bolts make electric vehicles more accessible, accelerating the transition to a greener future. But as the market shifts, consumers need to stay informed to navigate the complexities of a rapidly evolving industry, while consumers navigating this new reality, broader economy. The implications of Chevrolet's move are unlikely to be ignored. The economic and social ripple effects. Could Chevrolet's decision to cut prices be a spark that rekindled the American manufacturing sector? Chevrolet's pricing strategy not only reshaped the auto industry, but also created a ripple effect that goes far beyond car dealerships. By increasing production and making vehicles more affordable, Chevrolet contributed to the revival of American manufacturing. In states like Michigan and Indiana, where auto manufacturing has long been a cornerstone of the economy, this shift is creating jobs and revitalizing local communities. Factories that used to operate with reduced capacity are now ramping up production, and suppliers are seeing increased demand for parts and materials. But the impact is not limited to the United States. Chevrolet's decision also affected the global market as foreign automakers scrambled to maintain their foothold in an increasingly competitive landscape for countries that rely on auto exports. Chevrolet's pricing strategy is a wake-up call, prompting a re-evaluation of trade policy and economic strategy at the social level. Chevrolet's move democratized access to quality vehicles, making transportation more accessible to families, students, and professionals. This can have far-reaching implications for mobility, economic opportunity, and quality of life, especially in rural and underserved communities. However, the ripple effects are not all positive. As competitors adjust to the new pricing landscape, some may use layoffs or cuts to stay competitive. It underscores the high stakes of Chevrolet's bold move and the delicate balance required to navigate such a transformative shift as we reflect on the far-reaching implications of Chevrolet's strategy. One question remains: what will happen in the future of the auto industry? Chevrolet's decision to cut prices by more than 35% is more than just a bold marketing move. It's a seismic shift that is reshaping the auto industry, challenging competitors and transforming the consumer experience. As automakers scramble to adapt and consumers navigate new realities, one thing is clear: the road ahead is full of possibilities. Chevrolet's strategy is setting new standards for affordability and innovation. Or will it spark an unforeseen challenge that reshapes the industry once again? What are your thoughts on Chevrolet's bold decision? Are you excited about the lower prices, or do you have concerns about possible trade-offs? Share your opinions in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.